Hey everybody, welcome to the 32 Insights podcast. I'm Mo. I'm here with your boy Tommy. Tommy, what a weekend, man, of football. Oh man, some great games.
Yeah, what a weekend of football. There was a lot of overtime games, a lot of chaos. We're gonna have to unpack. We're gonna have to unpack it here. It
Yeah.
was it was one heck of a weekend.
Let's start with some of the morning games, man. I want to start with the Seahawks and Titans, briefly, and then I want to get to the Colts and the Chiefs. I really liked that game. And so you're just talking about okay. Let's talk about the Seahawks real quick, man. I mean, this is the type of game that you expect the Seahawks to win and just take care of business. This was a business game for me. What do you think?
Yeah, it was. It truly was just like they talked about a get right game, business game. Um, does the score reflect what the game looked like? No, not really. There was never a moment where I was watching that game being like, "Oh, Seattle's in trouble." Like, yes, the Titans covered for some of you out there that might have affected you, but no, in general, the Seahawks took care of business. They went on the road, an early kick, and got the job done. Got out of Tennessee with a win. That's all you can ask for. Like was it pretty? No, but like with games like that, like we've shown that we can. Seattle's got the capability to run a bad team off the field. They've shown that there's not a secret there, and obviously they didn't do that same thing they've been doing to lesser teams yesterday, but. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick. I think the defense didn't play particularly up to their standard, but at the
Yeah.
same time, they were down three linebackers. The head of that defense, the voice of the defense, they were missing that. So I don't want to nitpick. Like they know that there's some stuff to clean up. Like if you play like that against one of the top teams in the NFC, you're probably not gonna win. But
Yeah.
that we didn't play one of the best teams in the NFC yesterday. So the Seahawks won. They're coming back home to play the Vikings at 8-3. I
Yeah.
like where they're at.
Man, I liked watching the game, and honestly, man, I really liked watching Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward's gonna be special, man.
I love Cam Ward. I've got a small connection to Cam Ward. I worked under for a short period of time. I worked at the University of North Texas.
Yeah.
Go Mean Green, they're having a good year. Hopefully they make the
Nice.
playoff. Eric Morris, the head coach of North Texas, he is basically becoming nationally known as a quarterback guru. He was Patrick Mahomes' offensive coordinator in college at Texas Tech.
Nice.
He helped develop Baker Mayfield at Texas Tech as well. When Baker was a walk on there before he went to Oklahoma and did his thing, he found Cam Ward as an unranked, unstarred recruit when he was the head coach at Incarnate
Wow.
Word, developed Cam Ward. Eric Morris got the OC job at Washington State, brought Cam Ward with him, continued to develop him. While he was developing Cam Ward at Washington State, he brought along John Mateer, the quarterback for Oklahoma now, and
Wow.
developed John Mateer. And now, obviously, if you guys haven't heard at what's happening at North Texas this season, Drew Mestemaker, who didn't start a high school game outside of his freshman year, is now one of the best quarterbacks in the country at the University of North Texas. And so Eric Morris is a guru, a guru. This guy can develop quarterbacks like no other, and he had a very big part in Cam Ward's development, and you can
Mhm.
see it. Cam Ward
Yeah.
plays poised. The one thing I like about Eric Morris quarterbacks is they are poised, poised,
Yeah.
poised, poised. They're comfortable, they're calm, and you see it with Cam Ward. I'm really high on Cam Ward. I think he's got a lot of confidence, a lot of poise, and I think truly the word I want to highlight with Cam Ward is poise.
Yeah.
He is super super poised in the pocket, and I really like how he does it. And I think that was one of Cam Ward's best games. So yeah, I could sit here and be like, oh, what are you doing about the CS? How about we just tip our cap to Cam Ward? Like
Yeah.
he
Looked
looked
legit,
great.
man. He
You
looked
know,
legit.
like yeah,
Yeah.
like I could nitpick the Seahawks all day, but Cam Ward had a good game, and he's starting to come into his own. And he's been dealt a really tough hand this year in Tennessee, and I'm happy for him. He's playing well, and I've heard he's a good dude. So yeah, no, good. I mean, he played very well.
Yeah, man, I was really surprised watching him, man. He did some like uncharacteristic stuff, but I think once he gets a team around him, man, he's gonna cook. I mean, that GM just needs to like build that team, but I think Tennessee's got a great one and huge respect, man. I've seen like because sometimes you don't watch all the games, right? And I've seen like Titan fans. I'm sorry, Titan fans. I call them a doormat on Twitter. I didn't mean that. You guys are a great franchise, but It's just like, and I didn't believe in Cam Ward. I knew Cam Ward in Washington State. Obviously, watching him in the Apple Cup. That I don't know if you watched the Apple Cup versus
Oh yeah,
University of Washington. Man, he cooked that game. That was when I saw Cam Ward, and I was like, hey, you know what? This guy's gonna be good. But in Tennessee, it just didn't look well in the beginning. But you can see the improvements, man, from the first day of the season till now. Huge improvements with Cam Ward. So
yeah.
really, and really nice development so far.
Titans are doing the Titans. Like they're in a hole. Obviously, we know who the Titans are this year, but they have a core piece on each side. They got Jeffrey Simmons on defense, who's a monster, and Cam Ward is starting to kind of come into his own a little bit. And I don't think any Titans fan saw that this would be some unbelievable season for them. But they've got some core pieces, and now it's time to build around. And they'll have another high pick this year, in which they can add another talented player, and they'll be on their way. I mean, ideally, when you get your quarterback, you're not going to stay down forever. So,
Yeah,
the Titans, I think their time's coming, and I feel for Titans fans. It must have been tough to see, Derrick Henry leave. Would have been tough to see AJ Brown leave. They had that core. They were in the playoffs.
yeah,
They were that team that was Derrick Henry was running through the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs.
yeah,
But their time is coming, and I have a lot of respect for the Titans and their organization. And it's hard to be a tanking team or one of the worst teams in the league, but they've got something, right? They finally have something they can get excited about in Cam Ward.
yeah. Let's talk about JSN breaking the Seahawks single season record, man. That DK held in 11 games. Tommy, how crazy is that, man?
No, it's unbelievable. JSN is unbelievable. You hear about JSN from all his former teammates like Garrett Wilson and all of those guys talking about no, he is the best of the bunch. And
Yeah,
wow, sometimes we gotta believe word of mouth in these situations. Like
yeah,
this is unbelievable. And it's not like JSN is the most physically imposing wide receiver. He is just a technician, total teach tape.
yeah,
Like if I was a young wide receiver looking to improve my game,
yeah,
you know, I would watch JSN film. I mean, the
yeah,
way he's able to create separation without being a burner. He's not 6'4", 220 pounds. Like he just gets open.
yeah,
And it's just he's so technically sound. He knows how to manipulate space, manipulate the defender. He's such a savvy football player. Like JSN
yeah,
is really fun to watch. And he's 23 years old. He's
yeah.
23 years old, right?
That's crazy. Yeah,
It's crazy to see what he's doing. And I've got a bold prediction. I think he's going to get to 2,000 yards this year.
yeah,
And I think he's going to win the Offensive Player of the Year over Jonathan Taylor.
yeah,
Um, both are great candidates, of course, but I think when JSN hits that 2K mark, it's going to be a done deal. And I think he will. This is unbelievable, truly
yeah,
unguardable. He's been unguardable, like
yeah,
point blank. It's you're good when every time we just chuck the ball down the field to JSN, I feel confident as if
yeah.
JSN's
He's gonna
coming
get
down with.
it.
He's going to get it.
Yeah,
No, it's truly so special what we're seeing, and I'm trying to just cherish it
yeah,
because what he's doing this year is a once in a lifetime season.
yeah.
Like it is. When we're talking about breaking Seahawks records through 11 games, are you kidding me?
That's
Like
crazy. I
this
think he
is
had more yards than, because I saw it on Twitter somewhere. He had more yards than Megatron had at week 11.
it is insane. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
He is the first player to have 75 plus yards in all of his first 11 games in NFL
yeah,
history. Like it is insane.
yeah,
So cherish this. This is a once in a lifetime season. What goes up must come down. JSN's going to be a great player for a long time, but a
yeah,
season like this happens once in a blue moon. So cherish it, enjoy it, because this is unbelievable what we're seeing.
yeah, yeah. And he's gonna get paid too, Tommy. Like
Yes, he
he's
is.
gonna, he's
And it
gonna
better
get.
be and it
Yeah,
better be by Seattle, because that
yeah,
dude has carried this offense. Like he has
yeah,
been the best receiver in the league by a comical margin this year.
yeah.
Um and it is just insane what we're watching right now.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll get to the off season when we get to the off season, Tommy. But just looking at the number of young players that are on the Seahawks and who needs to get paid, and there's going to be some difficult choices, man. That's going to be made. Some really good players are going to leave the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's the dark side of the league. But I have trust and faith in the coaching staff and the front office that they'll make the right decisions and replace as needed. So obviously we'll dive into that more when the season ends because right now we've got all our guys
Yeah,
and we're right now we're looking to make a run. So I'm
yeah.
well,
Really quickly before we move on, Tommy. What did you think about Sam Darnold's game, man? I just he didn't look as sharp, basically as as he was earlier in the season. The whole team didn't look as sharp. Only I think so. Only JSN was balling, man. But
yeah.
like I saw him, man, because I saw a little bit about the game plan, what Coach Denard Wilson wanted to do, and he was following the same Rams, game plan was, hey, just put everybody behind the sticks, play man to man, some aggressive stuff, force Sam Donald to take those checkdowns. So is that the same thing that you saw? And what did you think? How did he respond to it?
Yeah, and I saw that one coming. Right, that Ramson was out. That felt inevitable. That was going to happen. Some adjustments were going to be made. They saw something that worked on us. So yeah, it's a copycat league. So
Yeah,
the Titans obviously deployed that. What I saw from Sam Darnold, yeah, I mean, yeah, he wasn't as sharp, and I agree. I don't think, to be fair, I don't know if anybody on Seattle was sharp outside of JSN.
yeah,
We kind of walked in there like a team that knew they were going to win and didn't really go above and beyond. Which I could get in. Like I want to see more kill. Like I want to see kill mode like the entire season. But it
yeah,
happens. It happens, and it's better. Egg laying games happen. The Eagles lost to the Giants.
yeah,
The Lions almost lost to the Giants.
yeah. That's crazy.
At home,
Jameis
right?
Winston
So
cooking.
like yeah, we could go in and be like, oh boy, it was a 6 point win, but they won. They won. They didn't play as sharp, but that's okay. They got out with a win, and they've got a week to regroup for Minnesota.
Yeah, yeah, and like they were resting a lot of players as well. I was just surprised that Gray Zabel played. That was nice
What
to
a
see.
what a tank! What a tank! I love Gray Zabel. I mean, how could you not though?
Yeah,
One, he's a great player, but two, the guy, he's a tough guy. He's a tough
tough
guy.
guy. Yeah,
Really,
man.
I don't think I would have blamed him if they had him sit out this week, to be honest with you, just as a precautionary type deal. But good for him for playing and
Yeah,
made it out all good. So yeah, it's hard not to be excited about that as well.
yeah,
Definitely caught a
yeah,
break. Definitely caught a
yeah.
break.
Yeah, and just like I don't know, man. The only thing like Anthony Bradford, every game I see pictures of him, just like looking looking back at the quarterback, just doing some crazy things.
That
Yeah,
that needs to be addressed ASAP.
yeah,
This Anthony Bradford conundrum. I am sorry. Like
yeah,
I had heard enough in the pre-draft process about him,
yeah,
and it's all coming to fruition. I know why he wasn't on some teams' boards. With all due respect, like I'm seeing it. I'm seeing
yeah,
it. I think Seattle will address that in the
yeah.
offseason.
This draft, right? They'll probably get
I've
somebody
like the three positions I've really looked at deeply. Probably just the two is corner and
guard.
right guard. So
Yeah,
I think that's where Seattle's going to look.
yeah. Awesome. All right, man, let's move on to the other games. Tommy, the Colts and the Chiefs, man, it came down to like a field goal kick at the end. What a game, man! I think the Colts are for real, man.
The
They
Colts
they've
are for
earned my
real.
they earned my respect. Seriously.
No, they have. And the Colts are mine when they played LA.
Yeah,
They played the Rams in LA, and they played a great game. Obviously, they lost that game as well, but they were right there. A couple plays go their way. It's an entirely different story. And same as yesterday with Kansas City game. Like when they say the margin for error is very small, yes, totally. Like every play matters in games like that, and so a couple plays goes Indy's way, and it's like I said, an entirely different conversation. So I respect the Colts. The Colts are very much for real. Seahawks are gonna have their hands full in a couple weeks.
yeah, yeah,
The Colts are not going anywhere. The Chiefs also, the thing I have to say is the Chiefs had to have that. They just simply had to have that one.
yeah,
They really did. Like like it's weird saying that, but like the Chiefs, if they lost that one, they would have been in a very tight spot. So they probably play with a bit of desperation, and playing on the road against Kansas City, a desperate Chiefs team.
yeah,
Like you're going to get the full package there. So
yeah.
yeah, I
They're
mean
just throwing the kitchen sink.
yeah, exactly. And they had to. So, for the Colts, like regroup, reset, tough road loss against a good team. Okay, move on. They're a good team. Colts are a good team. Like Daniel Jones' resurgence has been great. Jonathan Taylor has been unstoppable. Other than yesterday, the Chiefs had an answer for Jonathan Taylor, which I kind of saw coming. I thought that was going to happen, because I think the Chiefs made it a point to stop Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
Um, and so they did. But
yeah,
no, I mean the culture's still right there. The culture's still
yeah.
right there. So that was a fantastic football game. That was one of many fantastic games yesterday. And the Colts are a good team. They'll be fine. They'll be playing in the playoffs by the end of the season. No worries there. And the Chiefs, yeah, they got to keep doing it. Another big one on Thursday in Dallas on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, so I think Kansas City's gonna have to do it again.
Yeah, yeah, man. So like I was impressed by the Colts defense, man. They're gonna cause some trouble for the Seahawks when they play the Seahawks and other teams as well.
Yes.
Latu, man, is for real. Like I think
Yes.
it took him a while to get going, but I watched him that game, man. He was like giving them problems yesterday.
Yeah, Latu's for real. Obviously, they have DeForest Buckner holding it down in the middle. I think Zaire Franklin, their linebacker, is very underrated.
Yeah,
Obviously, the big acquisition of Sauce Gardner.
yeah,
So the Colts have some dudes. They really
yeah.
do. I mean,
They got
the
some dudes,
Seahawks are
man.
gonna have their hands full. Like that spread against Indy will be no bigger than 3.5. Like
Yeah,
Seahawks will probably be favored, but it's gonna be no bigger than 3.5. The Colts are the real deal. A good team.
yeah, yeah. Nice, 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 man. Some of the other games, man, the Lions almost lost to the Giants, man. Like the Giants, like they beat the Eagles too as well. Man, I think why do you think the Giants are having very close games and successes against big teams? Is it like I think it's their front, right? That's
I
that's the
think it's the
reason.
front. It wrecks games. Like
Yeah,
that D line is so good, and they can that D line can single handedly wreck games.
yeah,
And if you can't run the ball against the Giants, you're going to be in trouble. You really
yeah,
are. And because that front will get to the quarterback, they can wreck games. I mean, they have a dude at every position on that
yeah,
defensive line, and it's just now it's kind of like all they have, but
yeah,
not to be like that, but exactly that's it though. If they're able to control the line of scrimmage defensively, it gives them an opportunity to be in games like that, and that's what we saw yesterday. And Jameer Gibbs is just phenomenal. And so
yeah,
he just, he's explosive. He's unbelievable. So he kind of took things into his own hands in that moment. But yeah, the Giants with that defensive line has a chance any week to upset
yeah.
anybody because that D line can take over games.
Yeah, yeah. And on the other side, the Lions, man, like they're not the dominant Lions that you knew before, man. Like, hey, they're going to score 30, 40 on you. Just, like they're going to give Panay Sewell the ball to, have a touchdown. And so they don't give a shit type of Lions. I think the Lions we're looking at right now is like, hey, like they might be like a mediocre team this year. I think when it's
I wouldn't say mediocre. I don't think that's fair. But I'll say my biggest concern with the Lions is their secondary. I think that that's going to hurt them at some point. I, I mean, we see it. I just don't really believe in that secondary, and I think come postseason, that's going to be their death right there. Is something
yeah,
they're not going to be able to get stops when needed in a close, tight game in the
yeah,
playoffs, and it's going to be because of that secondary. So that's how I see it.
yeah. But what do you think their record? What record do you think they finish with? Because like right now, what are they? They're like 7-4. So
They are.
yeah,
Oh
they're seven
boy.
four.
Okay,
Yeah, I
let's
see
say
the
they're
record right
seven
now.
7-4. Okay.
7-4.
Um,
Yeah,
I think with the Lions, they're sitting at 7-4. I think they're going to win on Thanksgiving. I think they get it done against Green Bay this week. So I'd say 11-6, 12-5. I think that's very. I think
that's not bad.
like
That's not
no,
bad.
no.
That's not bad.
I don't. I think that's. I don't think the Lions are a bad team by any means. Like that's like I don't want it. This feels like a what's wrong with the Lions type deal. They're very good, very very good. And if Seattle were to play them, Seattle would have their hands very much full. I mean, they're explosive. They're obviously very talented on offense. They have a very balanced attack. So yeah, no, the Lions are a good team. I still think they're going to win that division. I still think they're going to win
Mm,
the NFC North. Um, I think I'm not like I said the Bears. We'll talk about the Bears, but
yeah,
I think the Lions. I think the Lions will win that division ultimately and host a game in the playoffs. And I think the Lions are still a good team. I'm not too
yeah.
worried about the Lions.
It would be crazy if Ben Johnson wins the division his first year. That would be crazy.
That would be something. That would be something. But I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the afternoon games, man. Man, are the Cowboys a playoff team, bro? That's the question.
Oh, let's find out tonight. No, tonight. Tonight's game, we'll find out if the Cowboys are a playoff team.
Yeah,
Panthers Niners. I'm really excited about this one. I think this is a really big opportunity for Carolina to kind of make a statement. Maybe let the NFC
yeah,
South know, like, hey, we're competing for this division title with the Bucks right now. Like,
yeah,
big opportunity for Carolina tonight. I think they've been sneaky under the radar all season.
yeah,
Um, and I'm actually very excited for this game. I think the winner of tonight's game will have a really big opportunity for that 7 seed
mm,
because they'll have the tiebreaker. But boy, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. So the Cowboys gonna, but like, let's get back to your original question. If the Panthers win tonight, I do not think Dallas is a playoff team. If the Panthers
okay,
lose tonight, I think the door opens for Dallas a little bit more.
okay,
Um, I, I, I don't want to jump the gun too fast on Dallas. Yesterday's win was fantastic, really good win. I know we'll talk about it. But it was a divisional game. It was a divisional game. They're at home. The Vegas line was 3.
yeah,
The Vegas saw that one always being close. Um, Dallas has an elite offense. We've known that. We've known
yeah,
that. You know,
yeah,
like we have known that. Like I said, I think the questions. If I have to be concerned about the Lions secondary, then I'm terrified of the Cowboys secondary
yeah,
because that it's still not good and there's no fixes there. So is Dallas a playoff team? As we sit here today
yeah.
on November 24th, no, I don't think the Cowboys are a playoff team, but they can absolutely prove me wrong in the coming weeks.
Yeah, yeah. I think, man, they're gonna be a playoff time. And you're right. This game tonight is gonna play a huge role in it. But I think, man, these other teams they're gonna fall off while the Cowboys get better and better. That's what I think because I think that defense is coming together a little bit, and that offense is already elite. So I think they're gonna outscore their opponents, man.
I feel that if the 49ers win tonight, which obviously they're favored to do, I don't know if they're going to give up that 7 seed.
Yeah,
I don't.
they would
And
need
say
to like
they
collapse. They would need to
they would need to
collapse.
collapse. And this is a big one. You know, this
Yeah,
is really big. I don't think people are talking about how big this is for like that bottom half of the NFC playoff picture right now,
yeah,
because the loser of tonight's game is going to have quite a handicap. You know, going into this final playoff push,
yeah,
with losing the tiebreaker over a fringe team that's also fighting to get in. So, if the
yeah,
49ers win, I'm going to have a really hard time believing they're going to give that up, though. But
yeah,
but you know, and I also think Kansas City is going to beat Dallas on Thursday, so it's just going to set them back a little bit. But like I said, we
yeah.
could come back. We could come back next episode, and I could say I'm wrong. I could say like the Panthers win and the Cowboys beat the Chiefs, and suddenly things are getting really interesting in the NFC. That back end of the playoff picture.
Yeah, the Niners have a super easy schedule though. Look, they play the Panthers, the Browns, the Titans, the Colts. That's a hard one. The Bears. Yep, that's kind of hard for them, I guess. Maybe and the Seahawks. So they have like 3 games. That's
And
winnable easily.
the problem
Yeah,
is the Bears. So the problem is those two like fringe games with the Bears and the Panthers. They're home primetime games for the 49ers.
yeah, you're right.
Like
So
that,
yeah,
you know, that lines up pretty well for them. I just have a hard time believing they're going to give that spot up. And as a matter of fact,
yeah,
like we need Seattle to keep rolling before the Niners take that spot and Seattle falls to the 7.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know, you don't want to slip up. That last game might mean something.
yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Exactly. On the other hand, the Cowboys they play the Chiefs this Thursday, then the Lions, Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, and then Giants to end the season. So yeah, pretty okay. Let's talk about that game, man. What went right? What went
Yeah.
right for the Cowboys, and what went wrong for the Eagles yesterday?
Not a lot. Not a lot went right for Dallas in the first half.
Yeah,
Not a lot. But they kept doing their thing, right? That offense is very good. Very, very proficient offense, high flying. They have a good balance. Javante's kind of resurged a little bit. And obviously, the wide receiver duo of Pickens and Ceedee is one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver duo in the league right now. I think it's a fair argument to say they are probably the best. Um, and the talent is off the charts. Pickens is finally putting it together. I think that move to Dallas was the best thing, and I was kind of low on it because I thought Pickens is so physically imposing and talented, like it's insane. He's actually one of the most talented receivers I've ever seen. But it
Yeah,
was just more of putting it all together, the consistency, keeping your head, all of that type of deal that he had outside of it. It seems to have cleared up a little bit in Dallas. He seems to be a
yeah,
lot happier in this offense. It
mm,
seems to be a better fit for him. So hats off. I was wrong about that. I was very low on that move. Um, do I still think receiver is a super valuable position? Not really, but
yeah,
he's made the difference. He's made a difference for the Dallas Cowboys this year. But no,
yeah,
so what? Right, Dallas just kept running their offense, doing their thing, staying in it, and the defense got some timely stops. The Saquon fumble, the punt return
yeah,
fumble, all of those
yeah,
things. The Eagles just collapsed. Too many, too
yeah,
many, too many horribly timed turnovers.
yeah,
Just poor bad time turnover after bad time turnover, and Dallas capitalized. The Eagles really did implode in that second half. They could have just ball controlled, had long drives, and they did not manage to do that. And they
yeah,
could not get it going at all on offense, and that's a testament to Dallas's defense that we've been so low on all season. They did a good
yeah,
job of getting stops, and Dallas's special teams did a good job as well. And and it gave the offense enough time to get rolling and finally come back and win that game.
yeah,
Um, I had a problem with Dallas though. With 3 minutes left, they went for it on fourth down. I think like the Eagles 5 or 6 or something like that, and
yeah,
I thought they should just have grabbed the lead right there. But sure enough, they got the ball back anyway, so it doesn't
yeah,
matter, and they got it done.
yeah,
But no,
yeah.
yeah,
And Brandon Aubrey, man.
yeah, yeah.
Man, like I mean, I think if I mean he's one of those kickers that you're gonna win the game even if it's 65 yards.
Totally. When they got within to the fit, when the first number on the range on that field goal was a 5, I thought it was over. I thought it was over, and just a matter of
Yeah,
please don't turn over the ball or have a horrible negative play here because you guys could walk out of this. And sure
yeah,
enough, so yeah, they're doing good for the Cowboys. That was a gutsy win. That was a gutsy win. And obviously they
yeah,
had to have it. They had to have it, and I didn't think they were. It was 21-0 in the blink of an eye, and I was like, oh, here we go. Like this is going to get out of hand.
yeah,
But no, they did it. They stuck with it, and that's a really gutsy win that you have to have at this point in the season with where they're at. So good for Dallas, and we'll see what happens on Thursday. It's another huge game for them.
yeah. Huge game, man. I'm gonna be watching. Really nice game. But hey, and watching the Eagles collapse, man. I think this doesn't look like a Super Bowl team, man. I think yeah, maybe they're gonna make a run in the playoffs. Like maybe they're gonna win a game or two, at the most. But I don't see them getting to the NFC Championship this year.
I
Like,
don't
because I
either.
think, yeah, they're gonna collapse in one of these games, like they did in 2023.
I think the Rams are going to make the NFC Championship. I think
Yeah,
that's going to be one of the representatives. I think if Philly saw Seattle, that offense would have a really hard time. I think Philly's offense would have a really hard time because we would be asking Jalen Hurts to do a lot,
mm,
and I don't. Here we go. Right. I just don't think Jalen Hurts can do that. I don't think Jalen Hurts can take a game over and say they're playing Seattle and Seattle is up by 14. Right, I just don't think Jalen Hurts is going to have the ability to mount that comeback. Now you can say the same
mm,
thing about Sam Darnold. Is that a big game for Sam
yeah,
Darnold? Like it could be ugly, right? It could be a
yeah,
really ugly game. But I don't know. I don't see Philly as a true Super Bowl winning team this year.
yeah,
I just don't think they have that same spark and energy that they had last year. I think defensively they were so good last year, and I just don't think I have it like that this year.
yeah.
Um,
They just need a really great running game in order to make a run like they did last year.
I mean,
I
last year
think
Philly was just so dominant in the trenches, and they
mm,
were able to run the ball very effectively, and then turn around and just lock you down on defense. And they have not been able to do that this year,
yeah,
which is just that's their identity, and I don't think they're living up to their identity right now. So,
yeah,
I just don't see it. I don't. But the NFC is just it's going to be a gauntlet regardless. Like
yeah. It's gonna be
like
tough.
they're, and again, this isn't a Philly's a bad team conversation. This is Philly last year's Super Bowl dominant team conversation, which they are not. Yes, Philly is not a bad team. That's obvious. We know that. Like that's not the conversation we're having here. It's is Philly going to win the Super Bowl like they did last year? And the answer is no, no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy, man. All right, so getting to the last game of the evening, the Rams and Buccaneers, man. Real quick before we get it, I just want to talk about the Raiders real quick, man.
Oh yeah,
Shador Smith, yeah,
can we talk about the Raiders because
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah, let's
I've
talk about the Raiders.
oh my
Let's talk about
god.
the Raiders. Yeah,
I have watched way too many Raiders games in the past year. Like I'm sick of it. They make me want to throw up watching the Raiders play football. Like I hate watching Raiders games. Get Max Crosby out of Las Vegas now. It is
yeah,
so gross. The Raiders watching the Raiders on offense actually makes me want to throw up. It makes me feel so bad. Like I have like survivor's guilt watching the Raiders. Like I cannot
yeah,
believe that I went through that and now someone else has to go through that. Like, oh
yeah,
my goodness. Like
yeah.
I hate watching the Raiders play. It makes me sick to my stomach.
PTSD, man, brings me back. It brings me back in the days, like when remember when Shanahan just used to usually toy with the Seahawks and
Oh my
McVay.
gosh.
Yeah,
And then the offense just looks inept. Yeah, like
yeah,
oh
yeah,
this is oh it's so bad. And like they have
yeah,
Brock Bowers, right? And Brock Bowers doesn't look like Brock Bowers. Like it is so bad. Like how
yeah,
underutilized could you make Brock Bowers? Like it is
yeah,
like just because we got I don't even know who number 80 is on Las Vegas, their backup tight end, but like he's getting
yeah.
way more targets than he should. Like and
Yeah,
like
Michael Myers,
no, no, Mayer is 87. I like
crazy.
Michael Mayer. I like Michael Mayer.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
actually wanted Seattle to kind of trade for him this offseason. I think he's a good balanced guy. He can run
yeah,
block a little bit. But no, it's their third tight end. It kills me how many targets he gets. Like it's like desperation, like 3 yard targets, like all the time. Their offense is so bad, and
yeah,
that offensive line is traffic cones, all
yeah,
traffic cones. I
yeah,
and I like. I'm sorry, I should hold back a little. I've watched so many Raiders games, and it's just
yeah,
like I am a football fan, and I
yeah,
like good football. So
yeah,
like yeah, I'll sit down and watch the Eagles, the Eagles, the Lions, the Rams, the Packers, the Bills, the Patriots, the Broncos. But no, I sit down and watch the Raiders, and I want to throw up every time. Like oh my
yeah,
goodness.
man. And like, I bet every Raiders fan would, feel you right now, man. Hey, Raiders fans, if you're listening to this podcast, man, we feel you. We feel your pain, and hopefully, you guys can get out of it. But man, yeah, reason you can imagine, man, like the reason um, Sean McVay wanted to and draft Brock Bowers, man. Imagine Brock Bowers in the Rams offense. That would be deadly, right? That would be deadly,
I was
man.
actually thinking that last time I was watching the game. I was like, "Oh my goodness! If the Rams had an elite tight end, they would be
Yeah,
unbelievable.
they would be
Like
cooking.
they would be so good if they had like an elite tight end. I actually would love to see like a player like Kyle Pitts in at the Rams.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't think he provides enough as a blocker to kind of fit that Rams scheme. But my goodness, I don't know. I'd love to find out. If the Rams had like some just really good tight end there, or just an athletic, like they would be something else. They,
yeah,
they,
yeah,
oh my goodness. I mean, they're making Higby, Parkinson, and Ferguson look
yeah.
like
Look like all stars, right?
the '96 Bulls. Like it is crazy.
Yeah,
They
yeah. It's crazy, man. I'm like, hey, like I'm watching Kobe Parkinson. I'm like, hey, man, this guy used to play for the Seahawks.
Yeah, literally. He
Yeah,
wasn't
he's
doing
like
this
a
in
like,
Seattle. He
yeah,
wasn't doing this in Seattle. What is this? No, the
yeah.
Rams.
What is it?
Sean
Yeah,
McVay is obviously a great coach. We've been knowing that. The
yeah,
Rams always make something good out of lesser talent, like Ladman, and just got that new extension and was a fringe guy all over the league and found a home in the LA. Like they did such a great job developing, underheralded talent and like with the tight ends. Yeah, if they had an elite tight end, the Rams would be unstoppable. Like
Yeah,
they would be truly unstoppable. So good if they had if they had George Kittle or something in there. Like oh
ugh,
my goodness gracious, bro.
that would be nasty, man.
They would be
Disgusting.
ridiculous. So
Yeah,
if they had
yeah.
like McBride or yeah, we could go down the list. Like they would be ridiculous.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
man. It's just like some player you feel for some players in some teams that play great players that play in bad teams. You kind of feel bad for them, man. And like you're like, hey, man, I wish this team, like this player had had
If
a great coach
this
or
is
was in a
fun.
great team.
This is fun. We should definitely do a little side segment on this one time. But what division would have the best super team? If you
Oh yeah,
combined the rosters of every division, who would have the
yeah.
best team? Who would
I
win that tournament? And I think it's the
I think
NFC
it's the
West.
NFC West.
I,
Yeah,
I I think it's and if you take the coaches like McVay's offense with McDonald's defense, oh
yeah,
my goodness
yeah,
gracious!
yeah.
Like
That's crazy.
that would be so fun.
Yeah, Puka and JSN, McBride, Kittle,
Devontae,
Devontae. That would be like with Stafford as quarterback. That would be crazy.
CMC with
Seems
CMC and Kyron, and oh
yeah,
my goodness, that team would be insane. Trent
that team.
Williams,
Yeah,
You got Trent Williams, you got Gray Zabel, like
yeah.
Steve Avila at the other guard. Like that would be fun. That would
That
be
would be
fun.
some. That would
We'll
be
have to
some.
talk about that. We'll have to make like a little tournament bracket of that sometime because that would be
Yeah,
really. I'd like to see that.
yeah, yeah. But man, Raiders, real quick before we go into the last game. I think Pete Carroll, man, it's done. This is last year.
I was
I
going to ask.
doubt. Yeah, I doubt they bring back Pete Carroll, man, with this kind of chaos and everything. Shadur Sanders, he had some life, man. He was like happy. He was like, imagine I had an entire off season. I don't know if you saw that clip. It was kind of weird though. So I was like, hey man,
Yeah.
calm down, man, calm down.
Oh man. No, I mean, like, I was actually going to ask you. I was going to set a little line. Say the rest of this year is point 0.5, right?
Yeah,
Over under 1.5, 1.5 Pete Carroll seasons left in Las Vegas. Think it's less or more?
man, I think it's less.
I think, yeah. I don't think it's something. I think
Yeah,
Pete Carroll will be really good as like somewhere in the front office, right? Somewhere in a
yeah,
front office role, and it could be anything. They could even make up a role for Pete. But I don't know if as an on-field head coach that
yeah,
I think the game may have passed him by a little bit.
yeah,
Clearly, whatever it wasn't working in Seattle, and it's really not working in Las Vegas. Um, yeah, I don't think there's much time left there.
yeah,
They just
yeah.
fired Chip Kelly.
They
They just
fired
fired
Chip
Chip
Kelly.
Kelly. So, which that in itself is
And they
already a
don't
little.
have like and I think they're gonna draft a quarterback. I think Geno's, man, he's at the tail end of his career. He's
Oh
over,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
I they strike me as like a really intriguing like Fernando Mendoza landing spot. I don't like
Yeah,
Indiana quarterback, but
yeah,
something. Oh, it's a mess in Vegas. It's a mess in Vegas.
yeah, man. I would say, hey, rebuild, man. Hire one of these hot, and coordinators right now. Get Chris Shula in or somebody.
And their defense is built with Max Crosby and a bunch of has-beens. Like
Yeah,
a bunch of
yeah,
has-beens. You got Jamal Adams, Devin White,
yeah,
like Jeremy Chin. Jeremy Chin.
yeah,
I saw Lonnie Johnson yesterday on Dylan Sampson's touchdown run. Maybe take the worst angle I've ever seen in my entire life.
yeah,
Like Lonnie Johnson looked like he wanted Dylan Sampson to house call that long on that little pass. Like it was one of the worst angles I've ever seen. And then his effort when Sampson got by him was laughable, like
yeah,
just laughable. I
yeah.
it just it was it, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me. Hey, like I think Pete Carroll sees himself as the underdog, like an old guy that's kind of left out. So he kind of brings players in his image. Players who are
Yeah,
who've been left out, who've gotten injured, who are not the same. Like hey, like bring them back again and let them try to do something. Like let them try to make a run. But man, one thing, man, it's evident in the NFL is that you need drafted homegrown talent to
well,
make a run, to be a serious team, man.
well, two things. Like one, these guys have been left out for a reason. There are
Yeah,
really good scouts in the NFL, pro scouts in the NFL who watch other professional players for free agency and trades. They're
yeah,
left out for a reason.
yeah,
Also,
true.
when Seattle did that in 2013 and took a bunch of underhill, that was before they reached their peak. We've
Yeah,
seen
that's
Jamal
true.
Adams' peak. We've seen Devin
Yeah,
White's peak. We've seen Jeremy Chin's peak. It's
yeah,
over. Like it's just not there. Stone Forsythe. There was a play yesterday. I think it was fourth down. It's
yeah.
fourth down. They had Stone Forsythe one on one with Miles Garrett. What are we doing?
No,
When will
no
that
chip in,
ever?
no nothing.
When exactly? No chip, no double, no nothing. What? When? On what planet is that ever going to work?
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's
Never,
wild, man. That's
never. That
wild,
is
man.
just that's dumb faith. That's dumb
Yeah,
faith. Like, yes, you want to have faith in your players. Be responsible about it, though. Like, be
yeah,
real. Stone
yeah.
Forsythe, one on one, Miles Garrett, no chip, no help. Come on, it's over. It was over before the ball was even snapped.
Yeah, yeah, and no reason why Chip Kelly got fired because that's a fireable offense. Like come on, you like as an offensive coordinator, you have to know like the weaknesses of your players, right? And the strengths of your players, and like, I mean, yeah, fire that guy, man. Whoever leaves Stone Forsythe one on one with Miles Garrett, fire him any day of the week, man.
Why not?
I co-sign that.
Why not line up Brock Bowers on the line of scrimmage, have him chip Miles Garrett, and then go on a quick route instead of putting Brock Bowers on the complete outside and then not even looking at him?
Yeah,
Like there were so many plays where I watched Brock Bowers lined up on the far outside trips. He's the most outside receiver, and he doesn't even get a look. So what are we doing?
yeah,
Use him in line then. Use him in line. Utilize his blocking ability on top, a little block and release.
yeah.
Well, like why are we using him on the outside and then not even looking at him? That's just
Unbelievable,
malpractice. It's malpractice. I like
unbelievable.
it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a
Yeah,
mess. I could rant
unbelievable.
about the Raiders all day, but like it's just a mess.
Yeah, yeah. All right, getting to the last game of the day, man. The Rams kind of just like beat up the Bucks, man. Like that game, honestly, I didn't watch it after halftime. After Baker went down, I was like, that's it for me. I couldn't like this is gonna get ugly, man. I just did something else. But man, that was a statement game for them. And hey, we're for real, and it just kind of showed like, hey, how good the Seahawks defense is.
Just about to
Stopping
say.
that, yeah, stopping that high-powered defense, that offense. And I think the Seahawks are probably the only defense, maybe the Broncos, that can stop this kind of defense, man. Stop this kind of offense. So what did you see from the Rams? Do you think they're going to the Super Bowl this year?
I'd be hard to say they're not. I want to be optimistic about Seattle, and I think our next matchup against LA will tell me a lot. Like not to make it about Seattle again, but yeah, how could you not be positive seeing what the Rams have been doing to teams and to know that Seattle got hit with a tsunami and had a chance to win it in the end?
Yeah,
That's extremely promising. It really is. But this isn't about Seattle. This is about the Rams. Like I said last week, I think the Rams are the best team in the league.
mm.
They only enhanced my thoughts on that last night with what they did to Tampa. And yeah, Baker got hurt at halftime, but guess what? That game was over at halftime.
Yeah, it
I
was over.
it was over.
Yeah,
No
it was
matter
over.
what, like Baker plays, it doesn't matter. They're not winning that football game. And
Yeah,
like with Tampa, they're beat up. One of my best friends works with the Bucks, and so I've heard a lot about Tampa, and um, they, I'd been hearing stuff about Egbuka in the preseason, a lot of positive returns there, and he lived up to that without a doubt. But I don't think Egbuka can walk in and be a receiver one today. I mean,
yeah,
he got shut down. He got shut down majorly yesterday.
yeah,
Outside of one 32-yard catch he had late in the game that was just kind of irrelevant. He was completely shut down. He had 2 receptions for 0 yards up until that moment. Um, the Bucks are beat up. Bucks are beat
yeah,
up. I mean, Godwin played, but he was on a snap. He was on a snap count. Um, they're hurting, and Baker getting hurt only adds to it. Teddy Bridgewater, oh my goodness,
yeah,
looked like a deer in the headlights last night. Like it just the Rams had him in a pickle, and
yeah,
um, as long as the Bucks are beat like that, I keep highlighting the Panthers.
yeah,
They're right there. They the Bucks, and like it's not a knock. The Bucks when healthy are great. They're
Yeah, they're great.
great.
Yeah,
They just have they've had some bad injury luck. The Niners, the Chargers, and the Bucks have been hit hard with injuries this year, and
yeah,
um, all good teams when healthy, but just don't have that this year, and it's a bummer. Like the Bucks are they're a very good team when healthy. That run
yeah,
defense is legit. Um, but the Rams made a statement. Rams made a
yeah,
statement. They're the best team. They said they're the best team in the NFC, and like I said, I still think they're the best team in the NFL.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I look at the top two teams in the AFC, right? Denver and New England. I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know. I don't really care about where the game's at. I would take the Rams over both of them pretty confidently, no matter
yeah.
where the game is at. Um,
How about the chat? How about the Chiefs and the Rams? Let's say they make the Super Bowl.
oh, the Rams. Oh my God. Well, the Rams would absolutely wreck Kansas City on offense. That D line
Mm,
and all their
yeah,
stunts like would absolutely wreck. And the way that their secondaries plays and the disguises, yeah, without a doubt.
yeah,
The Rams are the best team in the league. Like they really are. And if
yeah.
Seattle beats them in the playoffs, I still think the Rams are the best team in the league. Don't get me wrong.
Mm,
But maybe Seattle gets them on a good day and gets it
yeah.
done. But
I, I
I
I
think
think I think the rematch will tell us a lot because you'll get
yes,
like a lot of players back. You'll get Julian Love back. You'll get basically some of your who else is coming back? Jerry Reed's coming back, right?
hmm
You get Torrey Horton. You'll get some pieces back to really compete
totally,
and see what you're about for the next couple.
totally. And that's it too. Seattle needs to get healthy as well. They're missing a bunch of dudes, so
Yeah,
they need their priority right now is to get healthy and keep
yeah,
winning. They don't have to win in stylish fashion. They just need to keep winning and just get
y-
healthy. Um, but yeah, the rematch will tell us a lot. The rematch will tell us a lot. But
yeah,
same time, we lose that rematch, play LA in the playoffs. It's hard to beat a team three times.
yeah,
It's really
yeah.
hard to beat a team
Hey,
three times.
and like just talking like and I was talking to a friend the other day and just looking at the Rams, man. The culture that they built and the coaching staff they have kind of shows you like how they can turn players into great players. Emmanuel Forbes, man, he was a first round pick, but he was just like just a regular guy, man. He wasn't like a number one corner to me, you know.
No,
He was like a number two corner, like Washington. Like I didn't feel his presence, but right now, man, you can see him dominate, receivers right now. I'm like, hey, like that's the first round talent we were expecting.
I agree. I think so. I'm going to do a quick run through. I think that Green Bay is the best offensive line development team in the league. And I think, for example, and I think LA is the best secondary development team in the league.
Yeah,
I think they can take guys on that back end who have not lived up to their potential and open it up for them to fulfill their potential. And they've done that consistently. They have done that consistently since McVay has been there, and they continue to do it year in, year out. Get guys on a budget, they come in and play up to their potential. And the
crazy.
Rams, the Rams do a great job of it every single year, and that's why they are consistently good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy, man. Like Cam Kitchens, man. Like, he's looking like the second coming of, he's Ed Reed.
I didn't. I was so low on Cam Kitchens coming into the draft, and it is
Yeah,
insane how badly he owns me and my
yeah.
Seahawks. Like oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's just crazy development you were talking about, man. But yeah,
Like
man.
not only was I wrong, it gets shoved in my face 2 times this season. How wrong I
Yeah,
was. Like
and
it's just oh my goodness.
yeah, he has like three picks every
Oh
Seahawks
my
game
goodness,
or something like
every
that. Yeah,
time. It's
yeah,
crazy. But much respect to the Rams. Much respect to the Rams. They're,
yeah.
I don't have the hate in my heart for the Rams like I do for the 49ers. Like I just respect the Rams. I've always have. They're just they've always it's always been a battle against them.
Okay, awesome. All right, so before to end this at the show today, we're gonna do like a 5 minute segment of so it's called pick 'em or trash 'em, right? So I'm gonna give you two options, Tommy. You're gonna pick one and you're gonna trash one,
Okay.
and you're gonna tell us the reason you trashed it. So let's start. So the first is you have the Seahawks defense or the Rams defense.
Heavy hitter right away. Oh man, oh man. Give me the Seahawks defense. Seahawks
All
defense.
right. All right, and so white man, like, why do you think the Seahawks have an edge over the Rams?
I like the Seahawks defense over the Rams because I think if you look at the advanced statistics, I do not have them in front of me. That's fair. You can call me out on that. But the Seahawks actually are favored over the Rams. I thought the Seahawks when the Seahawks and Rams played, I actually believe the Seahawks defense outplayed the Rams defense. In that head-to-head matchup. So I will favor that Seahawks defense for now. Also a pinch of bias. I won't lie. I think it's very close, but I'll take the Seahawks defense.
Okay, so you have the Patriots offense or the Dallas Cowboys offense.
Dallas Cowboys offense. I'll take the Dallas offense.
Really,
Yeah,
really.
and oh,
This is a difficult one though.
It is. That's really hard. I I want to see Trevion Henderson become more consistent because Javante's been very consistent this year. Like I know that the Cowboys can get it going on the ground, which will open up their elite passing attack.
Yeah.
With the Patriots, their passing attack isn't as elite as Dallas, and I don't think their run game is as good as consistent as Dallas. So I think Dallas's offense. I'm taking Dallas's offense.
All right, nice one. Yeah, I would take.
I know Drake May is an MVP candidate, very much aware, but
Yeah,
I like Dallas's offense collectively.
yeah, I would take the Patriots offense because of the running game, man. I think
Okay,
they have a better running game.
it's more
Um,
balanced.
yeah,
They got a bunch of different looks. They got a bunch of different looks. Like it's Javante and
yeah.
then Malik Davis for Dallas, and it's kind of a drop off there. But I tend to favor Dallas just because that passing attack is crazy.
Okay, so you have the Broncos defense versus the Eagles defense.
Broncos defense, without a doubt.
Yeah, pretty
Not
easy
not
one,
a,
right?
yeah, that was really easy. Yeah, with that
Yeah.
really easy Broncos defense.
Okay, so you have the Rams tight end room versus the Raiders tight end room.
Well, well, that come on. Okay. I mean, from a talent perspective, it's Vegas. It is
Yeah.
like I'll take Mayer and Bowers over a lot of tight end rooms, but oh yeah, I'll take the Raiders. I'll take the Raiders. But if the Rams had that Raiders tight end room, they would be like literally unstoppable. I don't know. They might be undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd take the Raiders. I'll take the Raiders.
Okay, now a couple of QBs real quick. Bo Nix or Jordan Love?
Oh my god. Oh, I really don't like either of them that much. But oh goodness gracious, give me Jordan Love.
Jordan
Jordan Love.
Love? Yeah, because I think Jordan Love has a playoff win, right?
Yeah,
Does Bo Nix have a playoff
yeah.
win? No.
No, no.
Yeah.
Give me Jordan Love hesitantly.
Okay. All right. So you have Drake May or this. So we're talking about this year only. All right.
Okay,
Okay. So Drake May or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen. I have
Josh
to.
this year?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
I think Drake May has been balling more.
No, Drake May's a baller. Drake May's a baller, but Josh Allen, I mean, come on. He's still doing some crazy things. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got to be Josh. It's got to be Josh. Like just when that's really hard.
Yeah.
Because you're right. This year only, Drake May's been great. I got to take Josh Allen though. I just have to. I just have to. Just the game planning that goes in for each of them is vastly different, and I think Josh Allen, like when you're scouting the Bills and scouting the Patriots, when you are playing the Bills and the defense coordinator is doing his early week scouting, there's 3 stars around Josh Allen's name. I don't
Yeah.
think there's 3 stars around Drake May's name. Like it starts with Josh Allen when you play Buffalo, and Drake May is definitely a highlight when you look at the Patriots. But I think like Josh Allen is like the soul of that Buffalo Bills offense. Like
Yeah.
it does not. If he wasn't there, that offense would be like bottom half.
All right. Last one, Tommy. The New York Giants D line versus the Texans D line.
Dang. I
It's a
mean,
tough
the
one.
Giants
It's a
D
tough one.
line. Give me the Giants D line. I mean, one
Yeah.
you got Dexter Lawrence in the middle, Brian Burns, Jewel Carter, Kayvon. It's just deep. It's just deep, and they all have you give different looks. Although that Texas D line, Daniel Hunter, Will Anderson. I mean, Will Anderson's a beast. Ah,
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah, that's tough. Give me the Giants. Dexter
Yeah.
Lawrence in the middle. Dexter Lawrence in the middle to me is that X factor. I think that's what wins me over.
Okay. Nice, man. So next week we're gonna do some coaches, man. So we'll
All
see like
right.
basically what we do with the play callers and coaches next week. So stay tuned. Thanks again for listening to the 32 Insights podcast, everybody, and see you next week.